Success isn't about what you say yes to. It's about what you have the courage to say no to. You have to remember that every single yes is a no to something else. So let's just say like you're in the office, you're doing your entrepreneurial thing, you're on your computer, one of your friends calls up and says, hey, like you want to hang out? And you say yes. That means you're saying no to doing whatever it is you were doing already. So this can become a problem. Now, I'm not telling you to blow off your friends and all this, guys, right? Don't take this out of context, okay? You have to really get to a place where you have your priorities perfectly down. So if your priority for that day is like, I want to get this important thing done, then you have to set out the time to do that thing if you want to become successful. You can't get distracted by, oh, I want to watch this TV show, or oh, I want to go over there, I want to go to the park or whatever. You can set aside a time to do those things. Those are very important things to do. You want to have fun in your life as well. I don't want this video to be something like stop having fun and just get to work kind of video, but you have to learn how to say no when you've carved out time to do the things that you want to do, the things that you have to get done in order to be successful. Let's say you're somebody that needs to work behind a computer for 8 hours per day. That may sound daunting to some people. They're like 8 hours, maybe even like 12 hours a day. Let's go crazy. Let's just say you're somebody that needs to sit behind a computer for 12 hours a day and get work done 5 days a week, maybe even 6 days a week. And you've got something important you're working on and you're really trying to progress on. And let's just say one of your friends calls you and they're like, hey, there's this really exciting thing going on right now. I'm sure every bone in your body is going to be like, yes, let me go do this other thing, because you're already working like 40, 50, 60 hours a week or whatever it is, right? And every bone in your body is going to want to say yes. Not only because you want to do that thing, but maybe because you don't want to let that person down. So there's two angles to this. You want to do the thing and also you don't want to let the person down. So you just say yes, 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 and yes. And here is the problem. Eventually you start saying yes, not only to that friend, but maybe to the other friend, maybe to the TV show, maybe to just browsing the internet and just wasting time that way. Maybe it's scrolling through Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or whatever. And then you start scratching your head and you're just like, wait a second, I'm not getting much done. I'm just distracted throughout my entire day. And not to say that hanging out with friends is a distraction, guys. Okay, so that's actually a positive thing. But some of the other stuff I mentioned is a complete distraction. If you're just scrolling all day on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and YouTube and whatever else, and I know you're watching this video right now, I'm not saying this is a waste of your time. This is a very productive video, but you can waste your time on YouTube with some things. But there's a fine line that I want you to understand. This is a very nuanced thing. You should set aside time to do things that bring you joy and entertainment, whether that be watching YouTube and watching sports. I watch a lot of sports. Whether that be scrolling through Instagram and TikTok or whatever and hanging out with your friends. All those things, you have to make time for that stuff. You must. I'm not telling you not to do that. You have to do those things. Those are things that are going to add to your happiness. They're going to make you feel good. You want all that stuff to be a part of your life. I promise you, you do. So you want to make time for that stuff. What I'm saying is, when you're doing the thing that you set out to do, the thing that's going to help you be successful, whether that be financially or with your body or whatever. Let's say you have a date to go to the gym. You set out a time to go to the gym, or you set out a time to get this work project done. During those times, you have to say no. Somebody calls you and like, no, I can't do this thing right now, but hey, let's meet up later tonight or next week or whatever. So you have to kind of learn that skill of saying no. But when you say no, set aside a time to do that thing. Like, no, maybe later tonight I can do that thing. Right now, this is my priority. This is what I'm focused on. This is the time I go to the gym every day, or this is the time I get my biggest work done. So I can't schedule anything else in this time period. So that's very, very important. And what this does is it protects your focus and your priorities. So I play poker for a living, guys, and I coach a lot of poker players as well. And one of the biggest mistakes I see is that when people are playing poker, they're also watching YouTube on the side, or they're watching a movie on the side, or maybe they're on phone call with a friend while they're playing poker. This is a guaranteed way to not be as successful as you can be. A guaranteed way to not reach your full potential. 100% guaranteed, guys. I promise you this. So what I do when I'm playing poker, what I do and what you can do as well is you have to shut out all the distractions. And poker is just replace that with anything for you guys, okay? It could be anything, whatever work you're trying to get done. That's what you want to replace that with, because any kind of work you're doing, if you're doing something on the side, if you're multitasking, if you're listening to a podcast while you're doing work or watching a movie or whatever, I promise you that work that you're doing is not going to be optimal. It's not going to be sufficient. And especially with something like poker where it's like you need 1000% of your focus to be in there. And if you're doing some serious heavy work and you want to get it done in the most efficient, time-wise way possible, then you really, really, really need to cut out the distractions. Cut out the multitasking, because we know that that's a fact. That when you're multitasking, you can't do anything to your highest ability. There's no way you can do it. I'll give you a quick example of myself, by the way. I'm a terrible multitasker, okay? I'm really good at zoning in and focusing in on something and actually getting it done. When it comes to multitasking, that's a very big weakness of mine. It's a weakness of everybody's, by the way, but I'll give you one example for me. If I'm driving, right, and someone is talking to me, I'm having a conversation with someone, or I'm trying to listen to what they're saying and I'm conversating back, I just tend to get lost. It's really weird. I don't know how to control it. I'm driving and I'm like, I'm conversating with somebody, blah, 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 and then all of a sudden I missed a turn or something like that. It happens all the time. It's something I've noticed in myself. If I need to focus on the directions, I can't also focus on a conversation that I'm having. So that's just a small example, guys. Just think about what areas in your life that you're struggling with this in, where you're having trouble eliminating the distractions or saying no to things. When I say saying no to things, it doesn't necessarily mean saying no to people. This could mean saying no to browsing the internet, right? Like we talked about before, or watching a movie or whatever. Saying no to overthinking. Sometimes we set aside some time for ourselves to sit on a couch and start overthinking. So saying no to that kind of stuff too. There's lots of different ways you can say no, and just remember, everything you say yes to means you're saying no to something else. So if you say yes to the movie that you're watching, to the YouTube video that you want to watch, or to the friends that want to hang out during this time, if you say no to them, that means you're saying yes to whatever it is you're doing in the current moment. And the opposite is true too. If you say yes to all those things like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, friends, movies, you say yes to those things, that means you're saying no to whatever it is that you were currently working on. So you got to be very intentional with what you say yes and no to. That's very important. Realize that in your own life. I wish you guys the best of luck, and I'll see you in the next video.